The Dazexiang Uprising, also known as the Uprising of Chen, Sheng and Guang, was the first uprising against Qin rule following the death of Qin Shi Huang. Chen, Sheng and Guang were both army officers who were ordered to lead their bands of commoner soldiers north to participate in the defensive Yueyang. However, they were stopped halfway in Anhui province by flooding from a severe rainstorm. The harsh Qin laws mandated execution for those who showed up late for government jobs, regardless of the nature of the delay. Figuring that they would rather fight for their freedom than face execution, Chen and Wu organized a band of 900 villagers to rebel against the government. With Chen's men declaring him king of the former kingdom of Chu, he and Wu became the center of armed uprisings all over China. Over the course of just a few months, their strength grew to around 10,000 men, a force composed mostly of discontented peasants. However, in less than a year, their uprising faced serious trouble. The force was no match for the highly skilled battlefield tactics of the professional Qin soldiers, and both were assassinated by their own men. While their insurrection was ultimately unsuccessful, Wu and Chen set up the example that was to be followed by Liu Bang and Xiang Yu. Their spirit is best summed up in Chen's quote, meaning that every man, regardless of birth, can become something great if he applies himself. The uprising was started in Dazexiang, which translates into Big Swamp Village. Leaders Chen, Sheng and Guang led the uprising. Chen Sheng was a tenant who was born in Henan, and Guang was his townsman. When Chen Sheng was young, he used to plow with some Philistines. One day, he felt tired, then he stopped working and went to a hill for a rest. At that time, he said to his companions, "If someone among us rises to power and position, please don't forget us." His companions laughed at him and said, "You are a tenant. How can you be rich and powerful?" Chen Sheng sighed and said, "How can a sparrow comprehend the ambition of a swan?" Later on, Chen Sheng became an army officer, and led the uprising with Wu Guang, his deputy. Wu Guang was a kind and influential man, but nothing more could be found about him from the history records.